Hockeytown celebrated 3 championships in 7 years, and rarely has someone so tough played so pivotal a part.
McCarty draws. McCarty in. McCarty scores! A magnificent goal! Darren McCarty! Show that play. Lariano. Shanahan back. There it is. He scores! The Red Wings have defeated Colorado. Darren McCarty. Here's a break at center. McCarty. Off ball. McCarty scores! Darren McCarty!
Here's Volpe and McCarty in. McCarty scores!
I love you, but you're a mess.
I am a mess. I'm a work in progress, I guess you could say. Hex to the yeah, it must be Wednesday night. It is. I look at my phone. It says September 18th, 7:29 p.m. And yes, it is time. Yes, grind time with Darren McCarty. We are here. This is show number 40. So in honor of that, I'm going to send a shout out to my boy Henrik Zetterberg. Show 40, and I'm going to send it out to my late dog Hank, the bulldog who passed away when we were in Florida. I named him Hank after we adopted him, rescued him after Henrik Zetterberg, because that's how highly I think of Henrik Zetterberg. So to all the Hanks that I love, this show's for you. Yes, this is your host, 4-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty. Here with Grind Time with Darren McCarty, my co-host Perry Vellucci. Perry, how are you?
Doing good today, Mike.
My producer-engineer Michael McCool, how are you?
Hang on a second.
You got it. You're working it. Hey, baby steps. It's all good. See, McCool's more worried about the production and everything going on that he's not worried about himself talking. That's why I love him behind the ones and twos. It's awesome. How you doing, Michael?
I'm doing well, thank you.
And
Much appreciated.
And much appreciated. You're gonna keep that mic open because I'm going to need you to interject because when I introduce my guests who are friends of the show, friends of the program, great friends of mine, that is the guitar section of the band, Grinder. Mr. Billy Reedy on lead guitar, Mr. Vince Mateus from the rhythm guitar section. Gentlemen, how you doing?
Hey, Mac. What's up?
Hey, I'm just wondering. I had to have the fellas in because, as you know, Grinder came out of hiatus last Friday up at the Bell Iron Grill. I want to thank Dino and Denise Bach for such great hospitality. Thank everybody up there at the Outdoor Pavilion. If you're ever in Gaylord, you need something to do on the weekend, that's the spot to go. We didn't get into the axe throwing. I threw a few foalings. One of the security guys actually saw me pick the corner pin. Nice. You know, I almost made him take a picture, but I was too busy getting ready to sing some songs. So, did you guys have fun?
Great time.
Oh, it was a great time, and the hospitality all the way around was good. It was a great venue.
Yeah, so we went up there and cracked it open after 13 years. Vince, you'd been, obviously around the band and stuff like that, the music, and we're familiar with it, but with Brian and Greg. I mean, it was fun, and it felt right, and it felt good, and I was actually, the feedback was great, but you just know the feel. And I knew how it felt, and it just felt natural. How about you, Bill?
No, absolutely. Yeah, it was great. I don't know if I can do another show without that video board.
Let's talk. There it is, Michael McCool for the video board. That's why we were talking about. Now, what we mentioned is behind. So McCool asked me, so you got to picture this, right? So it's the video screen, so a big video screen, 80 feet, whatever you'd think, and it's all my fights and all my glory and all my everything else. And I was beating the crap out of Cam Russell in the middle of one of the songs, and I think I was singing, watching the video or whatever. That was firing me up. I couldn't watch it because I was getting too fired up, but that was phenomenal. And the thing that I love the best is at the end when we're taking pictures and we're able to do the fonts and change the font to the Grinder so we can get like behind the band. So we'll throw up some of those pictures at some point on Instagram or on Facebook, or definitely on DarrenMcCarty.com. That's where everybody should go. So it was so. When were you in here last? When were you in here? And we were talking about the Chief and we were talking July. Okay, because that's when we were. So from talking about it to actually put it into fruition. How'd you feel, bro? Because of the story, obviously having to walk away, obviously with Grinder, Jim dying in 05, stepping away, from that, you went and played with Ty Stone, and then he's, stepped away and got the music back. I just want to know, as your friend and, as your friend that had gone through a lot of the stuff in this band, and it wasn't the Grinder, it wasn't the band stuff, it was just like the stuff that went on around it, more or less. It really wasn't because what, not only with Grinder 6.0 as this induction, but to me it just sort of, the set reveals where sort of we all are in life right now. That to me, that the lyrics, the vibe, my, I guess, focus isn't perfection anymore. Where it used to be, I used to have to be perfect. And then it was like Jim had to teach me, you guys had to teach me. It was, no, that's not rock and roll. You got to go with it. And that was probably one of the best performances, just how it felt, just so right. That's why, and from you.
Well, I had just a lot of energy.
Well, you said you were tired, but like from your expectations going in, like, because I know for me, I'm not a musician, right? So I'm an entertainer, so that's just part of my entertaining, and of what I've learned, and you've seen the maturation of me. But for you, it's different because for you, I relate it to like when I stepped away from hockey, how I can enjoy the alumni now, right? But I hated. Ask Perry. I mean, the worst part of playing, the worst part of the games was playing. Now I don't mind it, but I've done it all my life.
Yeah.
I want you to talk. I want the listeners to sort of express because sometimes you have to step away from things you love. There's that saying that if you love it, set it free, and if it's meant to be, it'll come back. Sometimes it's not people. Sometimes it's, your passions, could be your career, it could be your hobbies, could be whatever. I just want to know, when you're sitting here today on September 18th, as opposed when you're sitting here on July, whatever it was.
Well, that day, you were having a meeting with someone, and the whole Damon Johnson show came up. And you kind of just like looked past the guy you were talking to and kind of looked at me, and I kind of gave you, okay, we can make this happen.
But talk about that, Billy, because I think what's more important is because I never thought, I really didn't, I would never do, everybody knows I would never do Grinder without you. And I never knew that if you were ever, because me, doing the comedy, I got everything in the comedy I ever wanted in the band. That's being the front man. That's not, and plus I don't have to, keep in tune and stuff like that. And it's to have the crowd and the energy, but being the front man of Grinder prepared me to do everything else, but back around, which is why I can enjoy it more. But you know what I mean? But you, it's a deeper thing, because I want people to understand is that, like the Grinder is, it's as much, well, since Jim's been gone, because Jim was Grind. Jim, talking about Jim Anders as the bass player, because he was sort of the huddler, he would the organizer, he was the father figure, because he was probably the oldest and the grouchiest and the fucking most miserable prick. No, but you know what I mean. There was that, but you know what I'm trying to say. But I want to say, like, because you exhibited to me that something that maybe I never thought, and Vince, I didn't know if he'd ever get back and feel it, like the love of it.
Oh, trust me, there's been many discussions. He and I have a lot of late night discussions.
Yeah, I know, because that's and here's where I want people to understand Grind Time, where the connection, not just with Vince and Bailey. I mean, this is their connection's really deep as best friends and brothers, but it's like it's bringing that whole thing that's come full circle. We were having a conversation about you eating dog food back in the day a little bit, but where things have been, right? I mean, that's the gist of the. There's more to the conversation than that, but we all of us in this room have had highs and lows, right? No, but have lost our passions for things, or things sort of taken away, and we've reclaimed them. That's what I want to say. Was it as fulfilling to you as it was for me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like when I looked at you, because I know when back to that when Damon Johnson was here, when I looked across you, because I knew I was ready. I knew we'd had a conversation that Lisa, your wife, had sort of, because I'd seen you behind the piano and I'd seen you start to fuck around a little bit. I thought it was. Did you see me almost try to not swear there because I thought it was on real radio? No, I've been doing so many interviews. I just almost caught myself. Like I'm on a fucking podcast. DMAC, Grind Time with Darren McCarty. Sorry guys. Sorry but I got a little excited. But you know, Perry, I had to make a point
You
that
did,
I
and
caught
you made it,
myself
yes.
for not swearing. But I can swear on this show. Just let me have my moment.
Cock shit balls.
You
had
it. You had it. But
All right.
all right.
Yeah, I mean, everything felt good. It felt a little different. And I don't know what. I still haven't been able to put my finger on it.
It felt different, but not sort of like jerking off your left hand different, or
Jesus.
well, that's different. I mean, or
how
trying
would you
on
know?
size.
How would you know?
Half a shoe too small. Different. I mean, I'm trying to give analogies here.
More controlled.
Yeah.
That's what it felt.
Yeah.
You know, and
Do you think,
it's weird though because
do you think that it's because of the time off, or because we know what it, you know, the conversation between the three of us and even Brian and Greg, we're all on the same page for Grindr is what it is, and what it proved to me is that we got plug and play ready to go, which means and what I appreciate too, Vince, and I can't forget this because you said something that was so poignant, and it just felt like that, where you at the end you said, hey, dude, you let us know, we're ready when you're ready, we got your back, and that's how it, you know, it feels. It's like I got the band back, but the band's ready. You know, it's like, okay, when it makes sense. When it makes sense to pull it out. It's just another arsenal.
It made so much sense that we only had 3 rehearsals and did this. And the last one we were crammed into that space. So.
It's fine. Hey, so I talked about it last week. Yeah, we were in, and you know what? I knew it would work. When all of us were like, oh, all right, whatever.
Yeah,
we'll just, and we were trying to convince Brian that so if anybody's seen Night Ranger before, the drummer plays with the back to the crowd. So because we were in this closet over at Guitar Center, it's a great recording studio. Not so much when you're trying to stick 5 bands in there. But Vince? Do you want to explain? Can we explain, because this too, right, explains that as you get older and when you say more controlled, I think it's like the maturity of the understanding, because even when we went into set up, Vince, who is one of the heads for Guitar Center all around, right, goes to plug into his amp, and for some reason the amp wasn't working, right? So, I mean, Mr. Guitar Center at Guitar Center is going to go and find another amp. Can you take it from here? Because this is super brilliant.
Please.
Well, yeah, let's just back up. It was funny because when we had to go to Guitar Center, first off, we do lessons there, and we also have rehearsal rooms, so that's available. And so I called the store and I said, "Is there a room available?" And they said, "Yeah." And so it was funny. I'm driving over and going, "Wow, even in my late 40s in a band, there's still things that happen that you just have to go with." And it felt like 20 years ago, going, "Okay, this is just what happens sometimes in band life." And you know, we went over there, and just unfortunately, the first amp wasn't working. And so I was in a bit of a panic because we were all crunched in the room, and I grabbed another amp, and then that one wasn't working. But
wait. So that one wasn't working, but Billy, I think you were the one to recognize really early that we might have to find one real soon or get out of the way before, because Vince,
he's Italian.
Is he known to maybe have a little bit of a temper?
Just a smidge.
Do you like to toss instruments or equipment?
well,
But it's
no,
like, hey,
no.
but he's the boss. So the next one didn't work, but he kept going. Hey, Billy, let's kick. What? Here, plug it in, Billy.
Well, you got to understand. I mean, there's 5 of us. There's a drum kit. Everything is in there. There is no room for
It's
the
a
5
10 by
of us.
20.
No, it was like a 4x6.
Okay, 4x6. Smoke shack's bigger.
Yeah. So I mean, there
We can
was.
rehearse in the smoke shack.
I had to make sure my right arm was not hitting the hi-hat on
was great.
Brian's kit. It was tight. And then when we got done an hour and a half later, and here's the thing, we played, with the first two tunes, we played actually kind of quiet. We were just kind of going, okay, we're just seeing it, and he was a little bit quiet on the mic. But then as we got towards like the last 3 songs, it just was like everything was just wide open. I think everyone was just quietly turning up.
Oh, yeah. Always as usual.
And we came out of there and we just felt all the cool air come out on us. I mean, it worked out for us. I mean, but for that to be our last rehearsal before we did this show, it was like, wow, okay, because we really had to focus on just trying to survive, in the rehearsal spot. That was pretty tight. But it worked.
But that's, that was the fun of it too, because, before it's like, there's one that Billy's wife Lisa got on camera where one of the songs we play is Sham, and I'm sitting there, and a lot of the times, like even though I write the songs, I'm going to say that the lyrics don't really pop into my mind until really the last moment. So I'm looking at Billy, and he's looking at me, and I'm like,
he's staring at the stage.
I'm going, come on, because it'll be. I think it starts. And I'm going faster in my head to get to the front. Oh, and then when I got it, he's looking at me, and I'm like, oh, okay, I got it. Right about, I don't know, what is it, 2 bars?
You got it right under the...
Right on the wire. Yeah, but that's rock and roll. And you wouldn't even know, because that's the whole thing. So was there anything that, other than because of the preparation, the surprise? So I want to go back to you, because the whole thing, it goes to sometimes you got to walk away to get it back. Talk about that process of finding, because you were like you baby stepped your way. You just didn't jump into it. You found along the way that it was time. Because to me, that's like, how do you know it was the right time? Because to me, it goes back to anything else. It's the people. Right? It's the people. So whether I'm talking Grindr, I'm talking the band, I'm talking Grind Time, I'm talking anything that I have, it's like the extension, and it's what I impress everybody at home. It's the people around you, right? Or the people you gotta wanna spend time with, who are in it, with you, to be able to move forward. That's for me. That's what I'm trying to do with all the different areas. But it's unique though, because you're also at a different place, but to be able to play back, because something that
interesting to revisit those songs after 13 years.
Now playing them, because singing them, I know when we wrote them, and mindset was different. So the lyrics to me mean difference. Does playing the songs, how does it change? Can you, like, from a guitar player, because you've played those songs before, and then 15 years ago?
Well, it's fine. I like I said, I hadn't, played any of those songs in at least 13 years, and I had to go back and remember some stuff, because as I was hashing them out, relearning them, I was writing down cheat sheets for everybody too, and after playing certain songs 3 or 4 times, I'd say, oh, I used to do that, because there's stuff that wasn't necessarily on the CDs, but I would do live. Right.
So a lot of times too, it's like, so when we would do practice and we'd be doing something, and so as me as a singer or whatever, I'm concentrating on my song, but I hear you guys, and then there'd be like a note or something, and you'll stop and you'll look at each other and you go, AEDF, and then look back and go, I don't know, and you'll go to your hands and watch your hands on, and then you go, oh, okay, yeah, it's AADB, yeah, that's what it is. Like, it's the same sort of thing as you asked me, is like, how do you saucer this pass, or what are you looking for? And it's like, I got to break it down and sort of really, like, if I'm going to show you I got to put in this spot, but it's just so remarkable. So did they come back? Is it like riding a bike, playing songs?
I had some frustrating moments, but just because I haven't been playing a lot. So my hands are not what they were at one point, and plus I'm a little older, so I had to alter my guitars a little bit, just lighten the string gauges, because I was playing 11s, which are really really heavy.
So because that'll give a different sound, or
little thicker tones, but
harder to play or something.
Harder to play, yeah, because the tension's a lot harder.
Oh, so you gotta really stick on it.
Yeah.
So look, this is all, guys out there, Grind Time with Darren McCarty. These are all things that I'm learning, because I don't even know that either. Stuff like this about maybe I'll say, Billy, your strings are too tight. You said, but it's your hands, right?
Well, they're just not.
I mean, getting older, not
Yeah.
using them, stuff like that. Well, you know that, I preach around here. Obviously, we know my involvement in the cannabis world. If you don't know, Pincana has purchased the Darren McCarty brand, which is awesome. We'll be coming out soon with my BioFreeze cream, CBD gummy, a couple strains, and a peanut butter chocolate knockout candy bar. But until then, because there's a whole thing where you hear about the hemp and the THC-free stuff, well, our friends at Herbal Active, yes, Herbal Active, URBALACTIV.com. Rich and the boys, give them a call. THC-free hemp, which is what Herbal Active has. Whether it's in the creams you can rub on your hands, whether it's in the mints, the tinctures, everything else. You've been hearing about CBD. Well, the Grind Time family, we use Herbal Active. Order it today. What is it, the difference between the THC-free hemp that Herbal Active has? Well, let me tell you. It's like the difference is if you go to the club and if the THC and the CBD cannabinoids are there, well, your name's on the list. It'll go in quicker. Now, with the hemp and the THC-free, well, you got to wait in line a little bit, but it'll still work. It works for everybody. Cheryl McCarty swears by it. After years and years of bitching and moaning, I finally got some on, and she was like, "Oh my God, that works so well." I gave some to you for Lisa because she's got some MS, and it's taken away some of the hugs. So look into it. Herbalactive.com. Use DMAC25 as the code for 25% off. So thanks to our friends. That's what I'm going to always preach here. Grind Time with Darren McCarty, DarrenMcCarty.com, wherever you find me. I'm not here to argue. I'm here to say, what do you mean by that? And that's what I mean. You want to start your cannabinoid journey to help your own endocannabinoid system and use things that I use. I'm going to direct you into the people that are in the win-wins and that are about the care and about everybody else. So I'm happy with that relationship, and everybody else, that's to look into it and ask your questions. But that's why we're here, and that's the thing that, Perry, that I'm really excited about with the Pincana up in Pinconning at exit 181 is to have some place to go. That I have my own spot. You can come in and ask me questions when we're up there. It's not what, it's who, right? So it's always the who. So it's the Herbal Active. I tell you to go to them. Whatever's there, I approve of. Plus, DMAC 25, 25% off.
Can't beat that.
No, you can't. And like a lot of the other stuff, so like for your hands and stuff, Billy, so like the cream that give Lisa will work. Well, I use, the one thing that I'm coming out with the BioFreeze THC CBD cream because the way the cannabinoids, and it's a little bit stronger. I use it. Vince that I've had on from Michigan 2.0 Organics, who's part of our family, is going to be doing it. And, I use it before golf all the time, and it's so good. I mean, I played pretty good today, actually.
And that's what I'm hoping. Will that work just as well for the knees?
Absolutely, everywhere. Because your job is to apply, and what it is to try it. It's not going. It doesn't break the skin. There's no THC. It's not going to get you high. But what it's going to do is going to give you some relief. It's not going to take It's not a pain reliever, but it is It's sort of like taking the edge off it and stuff like that. So. So Vince, when was the last gig? When was the last gig you played before the other night?
2009. I sat in with Foghat. They played Rock in the Riverfront down, the free show down there. And Charlie Hune is the lead singer of Foghat. He was since 2000. He's a friend of mine, and obviously a supporter of Guitar Center. And Billy has helped him out as well. But they asked me to come sit in. And I thought I was going to be up there for 3 minutes for a blues jam. But the blues jam went into the song, I Just Want to Make Love to You, so it wound up being a 17-minute deal out there. 5,000 people. It's like I told my wife, I said, there's 5,000 people that did not come here to see me. But I'm going to enjoy it. So that was really the last show. That was the last one.
Oh, that's awesome.
10 years later.
Right? Yeah.
And that one, from Foghat to Grinder.
That's it. We're working our way back up. It's the curve around here. Did you guys, Yeah. Oh, by the way, a little bit of an update. I know that I've been preaching. I was trying to get Chris Draper in here tonight. Unfortunately, they're playing in Chicago, and a lot of the young kids are playing. And when you are the director of amateur scouting for the Detroit Red Wings, not only with your 4 Stanley Cups and your Frank J. Selke Trophy, right?
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Baby, oh, by the way, little D-Mac here. Little D-Mac, don't be jelly. Don't be jelly. Yeah. Thanks there, Blunts. Anyway, so Drapes will we'll try to get him next week or the week
Well,
after.
it's basically
whatever.
to his schedule, isn't it? As
Yeah,
soon as he's available.
it's all scheduling, but he was excited. So I told him, I mean, I might have threatened him. See behind you, Vince? I don't know if you guys heard last week. I had
watched
Ozzy in here.
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
Oh, man, he had me rolling off my chair.
That-
So I
that-
told Drapes, you better get in here and defend all these guys now, get one of them in, because who would have thought Ozzy would have been the first one, right? So they got to all get in here and defend themselves. But that'll look forward to that. Also, TJ Lang, former Lion, former Packer, Super Bowl champ. Obviously around here. But next Wednesday, we're going to be mobile podcast.
Oh.
Legacy 925 in Oxford. So we're
That
gonna
is
do
going to be a lot of fun.
We're going to do a live podcast, 7:30-ish. Check out any Grind Time with Darren McCarty on the Facebook or Instagram or DarrenMcCarty.com to find out. We'll be tightening up the guest list. I'll try to spice it up, maybe get a few people in there. See what we can do on that front. But Legacy 925, thank you for the sponsorship and a lot of good gift prizes for this Sunday. The 22nd is the first annual Grind Time golf outing. You know where it's at, Perry?
I believe that's out in South Lyon, a place called Cattails.
Cattails it is, brother. Cattails Golf Club. You know what it is? The 18-hole championship track in South Lyon. Former home for the LPGA Futures Tour, Michigan Amateur Qualifier, and more. 2 very unique nines, 1 unique golfing experience. Wetlands featured on the front. You know about that, eh, Perry?
Yeah, I got to go buy one.
I got
to buy new balls.
What's your low on the front at Cattails?
39, the beginning of this year, the first time out.
39,
Remember
all
that?
right.
I beat you.
Hardwoods and native forest on the back. What'd you shoot on the back?
A lot more than 39.
Well, they see that you can't finish it off. See, Perry's still working on
This is
finishing
the
it
first
up.
time out in
Range,
the
multiple
beginning of
practice series, and a full bar and menu at the clubhouse. Come on out to the course of the Grind Time family plays. And if you want, Nick at DarrenMcCarty.com, still got spots available to play on Sunday morning. Check out our Facebook page for an exclusive offer to Grind Time fans. That will get you 18 holes in a cart for $25 during the week. Thank you to all our friends at Cattails. Thoroughly enjoy them. Look forward to seeing everybody out there on Sunday.
Yep.
So we were in Gaylord. We played a little music, did a little funny. That's comedy. Watched the Russian Five.
Yep.
Which was great, and I always like it because not a lot of people had seen it there,
Right.
You know, up there. So it's always the opportunity to see it. So I asked you gentlemen beforehand what time Vince was up and at 'em. You waited like you usually do till the checkout time to leave. I forget what time we left, but we saw Brian and his wife in for breakfast in the lobby. But we were going up to had to go up to Lake Linden, which is like Houghton, which is UP. And you know what? So it's like 6 hours, I think, from
Was it from Gaylord?
From Gaylord, whatever. But I'm telling you, you cross over that bridge,
Different world.
the air changes, and it's the genuine people. It's just unbelievable, and I'll explain. So when I've had a fabulous day. Robin, thank you. Fundraiser there for the Porcupine, for the veterans and stuff like that. It was a great time. Thank you to Vic's Cabins. We had a couple cabins there. We hung out for a little bit, but wanted to get back for the Lions game. My buddy Cap Sunset, Ronnie, who was here, you guys met.
Yep.
Was in town because Cheryl had he come in and they went to Kid Rock Saturday, and then they were going to Lions game Sunday. So I, had a crash for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then got in the car at 2. Started heading back. So we get to Munising at about 5:30, just outside Munising, and I've been having some trouble with the alternator.
Oh, no.
Well, guess what? 5:30 in the morning, Sunday morning, the alternator goes. So I got to pull it. We're off the side of the road. And this is when I say, not only because before, but just the genuine, but there's probably at that time 6 cars passed, 5 of them stopped to see if you're all right. So I ended up calling a tow truck, getting towed into town because I knew where the hotel was. Pictured Rock, scenic, and nice place, great people. Because I'd played there before and stuff. So Robin, shout out to Robin who had booked me for the Lake Linden, and shout out to her grandson Riley who's given me a great cookbook. So there's nothing open, right? Sunday it's closed down.
What
you
time
gotta
is
wait
it?
till Monday to get anything to even diagnose whatever. So Robin calls Terry, who gets Taco and Chris and whatever like this. Make a long story short, I was on the road by 3 p.m. and home. I had to drop Aaron and then drop Big Boogie off, and I think I was home by 11 o'clock.
Nice.
Yeah, 11 at night, but it saved a day. So then I had to go to Grand Rapids. Shout out to Mitten State and Scott Zabrickus and Johnny Zabrickus and Steve Zabrickus. The law firm is Zabrickus and McCarty played golf the other day. That's what I said. We had a blast. So anybody who doesn't know, like Mitten State, Perry does the shirt. There's the emblem. But just great family. So had fun. So I've been driving around, but got the alternator fixed. And
this was in the
You
UP.
would never make it in NASCAR for as many cars as you've blown up in the last couple of years.
Well, listen, Perry. Obviously, I need a fucking mechanic on staff or somebody taking care of my fucking back in the day when I had Boomer. Shit like that didn't happen, right?
Well,
Other shit happened. The bus burned down and shit.
Yeah, we talked about that.
yeah, the trailer fell off the bus.
Whatever. Yeah, just
Got
different.
problems. UP.
No, I've blown. Think about that though. I've blown 4. That was almost a 4th man van I've blown up this year, or not blown
2
up, but
years.
just
Yeah.
2 years, whatever. But anyways, it survived, so made it back, and it could have been worse. And I actually played golf over at Meadowbrook today with Marlon Young.
Oh.
Yeah. So he said,
Marlon,
Marlon Young,
Marlon.
lead guitars for that Kid Rock guy,
Yeah.
and also, but the better is that is a friggin' producer for Greta Van Fleet.
Al Sutton.
No,
Yeah.
Marlon. Yeah, that's the guy.
Al gets a Grammy.
I know.
Awesome.
Al Sutton. It's his claim to fame. He's got a Grammy, Greta Van Fleet, and he produced Grinders albums. Way to go, Al. You got 4 cups. You got shares of 4 cups and a Grammy. That's not a guy. A lot of guys could do that. So, but driving up north and just it's awesome. I'll be up in Escanaba actually in a couple weeks. So I'm looking
for comedy.
yeah, comedy
Okay,
up
more
there
comedy.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this. What do we got coming up?
What tomorrow night? Are you going?
Tomorrow night, the Russian
you
Five
go- yeah.
at the Ernst
And Ben's.
and Ben's Watch.
Yeah, that's a
Facility.
special thing. I heard there might be a couple. I heard Slava's going to be there for T-South.
He had to go back to Russia.
Did he? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll be there.
You'll be there. Yeah, and I heard
I don't know
the guys.
Yeah, no, I mean, hope to see a lot of guys. And if you haven't, well, I mean, I think it's in like,
Hey, I mean, yeah, and I'll tell you what, everybody. I met a guy Saturday was talking about it for he's seen the movie. He was talking to another guy who hasn't seen it yet. I mean, just rave reviews on this thing. So if you haven't seen it,
well, it just brings a lot back into account whether you were there, whether you weren't, but you understand that it's it's one of those things that's bigger than hockey because it's a life story because you're not going to see with the way of the world the communist wall coming down and like the wall in Germany and stuff like that. So that's crazy.
It's crazy to see because you forget what.
Well, you forget, and it's like I mentioned last week as we remember in 18 years since 9/11. And I mean, there's a generation of kids that go through. Think about it, that have gone through a whole school, right from that haven't known about it or whatever. But a lot of times it's you can't you got to remember where you came from. What has happened. A lot of times is what have you learned from the past. On a brighter note, anybody got any thoughts on those 1-0-1 Lions?
Yeah, they're undefeated.
Yeah, well, there you go. I mean, but are we all just sitting here waiting? Look at things are set up. I mean, if you're going into Philadelphia this week, their wide receivers are pretty much decimated. Alshon Jeffrey's out. Deshaun Jackson's out. Their tight end, Ernst took up. Wow, man, I saw that hit right in the ribs. I don't care who you are. That hurts. They're sort of depleted, so if there's ever a time.
There's a chance.
No QB.
I'll tell you what, I think it could happen.
What, Wentz?
Yeah,
He's out?
he's out.
Oh, yeah.
Wentz is out too?
Mono.
No,
that's-
that's Sam Darnold.
Oh, okay. What's his shoulder?
That's
No, he's. I think it is shoulder.
okay. Well,
Sorry, I gotta
it's
mix
set up, so it's it's one of those things that I look at it that, yeah, you can go back and say whatever you want about the first game, but if you come out after week 3 and you're 2-0-1, I think we'd take it, wouldn't you?
I'd take it.
I mean, if you're saying that after those 3 games you're 2-0-1 and you don't matter how you get there, and to me, it shows progress. The fact that they were able to stay with it. I mean, it's not perfect. They're not playing perfect football, far from it. But they didn't lose the first game, and hopefully that can be the greatest blessing. Like the thing is, you lose that game, and I know you tied, but they fought hard for that tie after the same old Lions, in my opinion, would have lost that game.
Yep.
Not tied because they kept it. No, because you look how they did it, right? They kept them down to a field goal, actually kept them out of the end zone, right? Grinded out, kicked their own. It was ugly. But sometimes ugly, it's like making that bogey instead of making that double that wins you the tournament. I don't know if you remember, Mike Weir won a Masters on a bogey in a playoff, right? So it's one of those things that
That's a good point.
if we come out, right, where it's set up, but it's also too, that's where are we different? Because you have to capitalize when, I don't care how depleted, somebody is. You got to kick them when they're down, especially in that league.
Hey, the bottom line is, Mac, after 2 weeks, they do not have a loss. And all the football pundits remember that? They were saying the Lions were going to go 0-11. It was going to be week 12 before they even had their first win. And here they are, 1-1.
They did play well last week. You got to give them that.
Oh,
they came
Right,
out and played well.
and here's the thing: you're gonna have to accept you're not gonna play a perfect game. You're not gonna, you don't have that luxury because you're still learning, but you have that ability that you have to have everybody and playing and pulling the same way. I think what you saw they did, but there's still penalties, but they cut down on those. The dead ball fouls and stuff. Like that's stupid. That's just shit that.
And the turnovers too.
Right. That's where it's at.
That
Right.
kills
You
you every
take care of the ball, and I like because I saw. Even on the last drive, the Galladay's touchdown. Right. I mean, it was like. They ran it a little differently. They used it, the play a little. It wasn't just Stafford run and gun. But when he had the shot. You look at that. He read that coverage and he threw it in there. And I think that Galladay
That last touchdown pass was.
It was nice. That was the
was,
thing. We got to capitalize. We got to win. And if you look at it, you look how Seattle wins. And I know Darrell Bevell's come from Seattle, but Seattle and Russell Wilson, right? He and I not game manage, but
Ball
uses in a good way.
Keep the defense off the field.
Hey, 3rd and 6 with just under 2 minutes to go. And normally, we run it, we take, then we punt it and hope we hold them. No, he throws a little pass play, and
Jesse J.
and we
No,
get
I
the
mean
first, right?
that's one of
a
those
huge
things.
play.
I was on listening on the radio and
was a
listening
huge
to Dan Miller and whoever was commenting on it about what are you gonna do? Do you run? Is it gonna? And they say we'll see where the confidence is, and we'll see where if. Trust of Stafford or let him do he's supposed to do that.
Yes.
No. You're supposed to let him do that. That's supposed to happen.
right.
Good teams make those plays, right? Speaking about good teams making those plays, is New England going to lose?
To who?
No.
I don't know.
No. I
I
mean,
mean,
it's fair. Like
They're better than last year.
they're better than last. They're better than when they went 16-0.
I mean, it's unreal.
Especially if you know, with you give Brady another weapon like Antonio Brown like that, man. If that guy can just fade himself, I mean, holy fuck! Like, you better be sleeping under Tom Brady's bed for Christ's sake. Because I mean, he's the only one that's going to implode, and then now, you know, when it rains, it pours, and what I read yesterday that whoever the accuser of misconduct or whatever, the NFL was interviewing her for 10 hours. The fuck do you ask somebody for 10 hours? I'm serious. Like a fucking deposition for fucking, like what do you, because I've done depositions before for stuff.
Not 10 hours worth, I'm guessing.
No. I mean, like, you're going to, after a while, you can only ask the same question so many ways.
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
I'll tell you what, Mac. There was one other. You guys were talking about turnovers, and that turnover
Apple?
on the goal line was huge.
Stuffed him.
And we popped the ball out,
Yep.
and we recovered.
It was a huge play.
Yeah, a big
A lot
turnaround.
of big plays for them.
Well, that's and here's the thing: is you got to be patient, and they got to capitalize. They don't have to. They have to make those plays that other teams, you know, the great teams, like, you know, the Kansas Cities and, you know, the New England's. Even you look at Aaron Rodgers, you know, they're fine. They find a way to grease them out,
and especially with special teams, we had 4 more penalties, another turnover. Fortunately, that was wiped out. And then Matt Prater,
Wow.
missing an extra point in a 40
and
yarder.
a field goal, yeah.
That's just. And the fact is, Mac, they overcame it.
right?
And they found a way to win.
And he's their most consistent player, so it's great to see. But yeah, fans. They don't care what you did for them. They were ruthless. You can hear them on TV.
So, what do you think about Patricia? Do you think you think they're going to play for him now? I mean, do you think they're finally getting?
No, I mean
in
you
this guy?
don't. The proof is that, you know, they played hard. They got to play smart. And after coming the test was, how are they going to react to everybody browbeating them, having them down? They're stupid. They let it go with the tie. What are they going to do coming out? You know, everybody was saying, well, they should win because the Chargers are missing this or that. Well, the Chargers are a professional football
They're a playoff team.
really well coached. They got, you know, Keenan Allen's one of the best receivers in the friggin'.
He's a stud.
You know, and they're, you know, they're
Rivers is still pretty solid.
Yeah,
right.
not bad.
Man,
no. But what I'm saying is you come out, and the way that they fought, the way that they persevered, the way that they overcame, it wasn't easy. I mean, that game could have gone. So yes, I believe, I like what I'm seeing, and we'll see how they build. And you listen to these guys talk, and you know they're on the same page. You know, a lot of things too is it's the bend don't break. That's what before it's always bending and breaking, and now you look at Darius Slay. He made big played it when he had to. So I'm going to allow myself, you know, to say, okay, team might, you know, throw for a lot of yards or might move it, but if we can make turnovers and we can make interceptions and we can, you know, take the ball back at key times, I'll take it. You can run as much up and down on me because that's competing. It's just sort of like in golf. Bubba Watson. I don't care what it looks like. Get it in the hole in the least amount of strokes. I don't care what the Lions' defense looks like. Get me some turnovers, win some games, because that's, in the end of the day, they enabled what they're supposed to do. Their front seven's supposed to be that tough. The Mike Daniels, you know, Snacks, all those guys.
And they're going to be back.
But what I'm saying, they did, Perry. They proved it. Goal line stand, Slay interception. So to me, that's competing. That's competing for your coach. You don't do that when you shut down. What you do when you shut down is you do stupid shit like that Jalen Ramsey in Jacksonville, and you out your coach, or you do the shit like that was in Pittsburgh, stuff like that. No, there's that respect there, and I think that they understand. You know, they're fighting together. You know, they don't care what we're saying, anybody else. They have a plan, and I think that I see them trying to execute. In the past, being a Lions fan, it's you don't really see the direction. So, that's why it's a big game, because they have that opportunity. You got to take advantage of, that they don't have the quarterback, that they don't have the wide receivers. It's not a gimme. It's going to be just as tough. No, they shouldn't win. It's tough to play on the road in Philadelphia. They boo Santa Claus there. I mean, God dang.
Battery
How much is a win like this, as you would know, being in the locker room, how much does this carry over into the locker room, which is, to bring that culture, the winning culture? How, like when you played?
Now it's important. It's important because if you can go, in hockey, it was always you wanted to play 700 at home and go 500 on the road. Right? That was our goal.
Win percentage.
Right?
Yeah.
Baseball too.
Right. So in football, if you can go 500 on the road and 600 at home, you're making the playoffs every year. So the idea is that not only that, but early in the season, and you can get a road win, and dude, it's just like the scheduling, right? It doesn't matter because you can't predict who's hurt, who's not, whatever like that. The schedule is always changed each year depending on how you finish strength schedule, but you can capitalize because it's not your fault. You run into teams that have guys missing. Your job is to capitalize on it. So it'll be interesting.
They can beat Philly. I think that out of any week of the season, this week is the week to do it.
But that's what I'm
kick them while
saying.
they're down.
But as a gift, that's the whole thing. It's
they got to show up.
Well, they got to show up and they got to play. First of all, they can't shoot themselves in the foot.
Right.
They got to play. They got to play smart. Hopefully that their knowledge of Jim Schwartz's defense and his aggressiveness, they can use what Matt Ryan last week in Atlanta did, and especially on that last touchdown where he hit Julio Jones on a short one on a double blocker and he outran everybody. So, I'm more. Then when I looked at the schedule, it's like, okay, beat Arizona, San Diego, depending who's playing, Philly, no. Now it's like Philly, yeah. Like not even maybe. It's like yeah.
Right.
So
they got a
good shot. There was one stat that, and that I thought was impressive is that Stafford stayed upright the whole game.
Yeah.
I think one hit. And
that is
those little things are big. Play out big.
Well, you know what, Perry?
What, Mac?
If he did take a hit, right?
Yeah.
You know what? He might wish that when he fell, he landed on a MyPillow. Do you guys sleep on your MyPillows?
Mac, I've been using them. I just got
Give me a feedback on the how long have you used
The
them?
best I've been sleeping in a long time. Used them for about a month now, and sleeping solid. It's just they're great.
Yeah, you don't
they
get up.
work
You
a
just
lot.
gotta- hey, so you're not waking up because you're rolling around. You just got to wake up a couple times because you're an old man and you got pee, right?
I haven't even had to do that. I'm not sure what's going on.
Wow.
That's how good I'm sleeping.
They work a lot better when you put them in the dryer.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah.
Hey, McCool's all pissed off. We give him a MyPillow, and he's like, this thing sucks. Took it out, and I tried to use it. Did you throw it in the dryer? Wait, what? Yeah. No, it's okay. He's part of grind time. He doesn't read instructions either. Right?
Well, I didn't know you had to put a pillow in the dryer
It's
before
on
using
the
it.
instructions.
Oh, absolutely. But you know what? For everybody out there, Mike Lindell, the owner of inventor and CEO of MyPillow, is so happy that you've helped build MyPillow into the amazing company that it is today. He wants to give back to my listeners. Yeah, that's you guys out there. You can get deep discounts on all MyPillow products. If you go to MyPillow.com right now, click on the new radio listener specials. DMAC, 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 DMAC. Any way you can spell DMAC, right? You can get discounts on MyPillows, mattress toppers, bed sheets, so much more. For example, the body pillow is regularly $89.99. The body pillow, love snuggling with the body pillow. Promo code DMAC, DMAC, it's only $29.99. $29.99. Or two pillows for $70. It's awesome. Remember, all MyPillow products come with a 60-day money-back guarantee and a 10-year warranty. So go to MyPillow.com, click on the new radio listeners specials, and get deep discounts on all MyPillow products, including the body pillow for only $29.99. Enter promo code DMAC or call 800-544-8939 for these great radio specials. Now everybody knows, and I have to say it because it is episode 40, in honor of Henrik Zetterberg and Hank the dog. I sleep on Hank the dog's former dog bed. So it is a MyPillow dog bed. Any pet owners, any dudes that like big pillows, check out that one.
Yeah.
So did you? All right. So couple weeks. Not this weekend, but the last weekend. Our buddy Brad Kozlowski, number 2 Miller Lite NASCAR, horrendous crash with Eric Jones, who'd won the week before. And it looked bad on TV, but thank goodness that the barriers were up. So it was one of those things that I texted him after, like, hope you're all right. It's one of those ones that look worse than it was when you end up. But it goes to show you that if anybody out there watches it, that NASCAR is that how far they've come in the safety, right? Putting in the barriers. And, you know, the one thing that always amazes me, right, that amazed me the most out of going to a live race is you got to remember, they're coming down pit road at 45, 55 miles an hour. You know, you watch it on TV, it looks like they're crawling.
Right.
No, you get hit, you get hurt. So, you know, hopefully, so I brought up Brad's point because if you get a chance to see the crash, it looked worse than it was. But, you know, they call them the safety revolutions, you know, because when accidents like that happen, you know, right after everybody remembers Daytona, Dale Earnhardt with the Hans device. And
I watched that live.
I know we did because
really-
Waltrip, and you're just like, oh, that was
You
like
hit the
it
wall.
looked like nothing,
Yeah.
but that's, you know, in today's day and age, it's something that they take light because, man, these guys go fast. So, I mean,
Yeah, he was criticizing the angle of the barrier.
right, exactly. The angle, but the thing is because of it being some of these tracks and it being Indy, but some of these tracks have inner tracks and outer tracks, so they have to. It could have been worse because if that wasn't the barriers weren't there, it would have pinned the corner. But it takes. I think what you want, and I think in any sports nowadays, especially with the concussion, especially with injuries, you know, it's the safety. So anytime this happens, you know, forces them to relook. But we're in the playoffs now, in NASCAR, so it's. You know,
Any of your boys still in there?
What's that?
Any of your boys you
Oh
like?
yeah, all my guys are still in there. My
Okay.
Kyle Busch and Brad and
Yep.
Harvick won last week, I believe. I think.
I actually
Don't
can't
quote me on
remember.
that,
No,
folks.
it's,
So
Hey, Mac, I think we need to give a shout out to Isis. I don't know if you heard, they didn't do a show today. So the Detroit cast that does the shows here at Radio
yeah, the
for One.
Radio for One Studios, which broadcasts here Sunday to Thursday, except for today, obviously.
Yeah.
In the afternoon, along with Grind Time with Darren McCarty, and Heroin has a new publicist, J. Chris Newberg. So Isis was.
In a car accident.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess he's okay. Might have a broken collarbone.
He does.
He does.
Yeah,
It
he's got a broken
is.
collarbone.
Okay.
Do you know what happened?
No, I don't know the details,
Yeah.
but it could have been a lot worse from what
Yeah.
I hear.
Wow.
So
Was
he's going to get a new car out of it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, driving that piece of shit.
So yeah, I don't know.
well, there you go.
We're gonna find
That's
out.
worth the. Hey, I got it. Look, I broke mine.
Yeah, you did. That's
Yeah.
that.
And it
It looked
allows
better
the
than
right
it
arm
used
to
to.
be longer, so you can hold guys out a little bit more. Yeah, exactly. It's not the end of the world.
No.
Well, you just
I broke
yeah.
mine, too.
shout out to you, bud, and
Yep.
yeah, everybody be
Get yourself better.
be safe out there. Let's see. So tomorrow I have
Russian 5.
Russian 5. Friday, Gull Lake with Dino.
Oh, you okay?
I'm going over there for a golf tournament with our buddy Dean Kolstad
Yeah.
over at Gull Lake. Saturday, guys, my first Comic-Con appearance over in Windsor. I'll be over there with Best Bucket Comics, my buddy Dom Ruggiero, Jake Vetter, our gold medal snowboard dude from Pinckney will be over there too, along with a host of, you know who's over there?
No.
Hey, Buck Rogers is over there.
No way.
And Aaron Gray's over there. So, you remember Aaron Gray who played Buck Rogers, that chick? Back in there, yeah, she was one of the. She was like Catherine Bach, Daisy Duke, like all those growing Aaron Gray, like all those the growing up. So that'll be interesting. Any fellow nerds, I'll see you over there. I'll have we'll have some copies of the cover of the whatever the name of the book. We haven't come out. We're going to come out with a contest for the graphic novel. The name of it, but I took My Last Fight, my book, True Story of a Hockey Rock Star, and made it into a graphic novel. We also have Donnybrook, the hockey one with the Burnaby Blazers. That's my hockey team, the pot smoking Lumberjacks from British Columbia. So it'll be exciting. And Sunday we have the
golf outing.
Primetime golf outing. We look forward to seeing.
There still is a couple. There's a couple openings if people want to and you can get a hold of Nick at
Nick@DarrenMcCarty.com.
Yeah.
Or Perry at DarrenMcCarty.com.
Yep. Oh, you know what, Mac? Last week we had Ozzy on, and we had the listeners submit a bunch of questions, and we were able to use them. And we were able to send them some pictures. So,
good. So you got that.
I got those pictures. Yep, everybody
when were they
knows.
sent out? So
they were sent out yesterday. They said they'll have them 3 to 4 days, so they should have it by Saturday. I emailed them.
So
let them know.
do you remember the names?
Yeah, we Jennifer Reed, Alex Hadland, Nick Montague, Greg Price, and Tom Hutchinson.
All right, expect your mail in the next few days, or friggin' hate mail Perry.
Yeah. Bring it on to me.
Know who you don't want to hate mail, but you do want to call if you're in line for anything to do with your house. Our friends Jeffrey Kavanaugh, of the Jeffrey Group of America Realty, and Rhonda Monet.
Rhonda.
Help me, Rhonda of Gold Star Mortgage. Have enjoyed a decades-long 5-star customer rating. What sets them apart year after year in this competitive home buying market? Their family of customers consistently report a simple, seamless, transparent, ethical process.
D-Max bouncing and singing.
Help me keep you out of my heart. You deserve nothing less. Don't make a move or sell or purchase a home without consulting with Jeffrey and Rhonda. Call Jeffrey Kavanaugh at 734-306-9027 today. Gold Star Mortgage is an equal opportunity lender. NMLS number 3446.
And we're going to see Rhonda.
Help me,
team.
Rhonda.
Yeah,
see you on Sunday, girl. And I play that Beach Boys song in the background because Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys sang that to Rhonda when she was in Hawaii because she used to live there and she was working. And he looked at her and looked at her name tag and said, I got to do it. And she says, really? And he said, yeah. Help me keep out of my mind. So way to go. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Rhonda.
Yeah.
Look forward to seeing you guys on Sunday.
Hey,
Let's
Matt.
see. What?
Yeah, so next Wednesday, that Legacy 925,
Yeah.
I'm looking at all the different stuff they have there.
Talk to me, Goose.
So they've got a trampoline called Urban Air, bouncing around all the trampolines.
Do they have a basketball net that you can dunk in? So that's the only way I can dunk.
Yeah, it looks like it. And the
Oh,
car-
yeah, dude. I'm
Okay, I can't-
Hey, I could have. What's the Pistons flip zone, or what's the Pistons they do? You can see me do it. That'll be my next gig.
Oh, jeez.
Mascot.
Hooper?
No. Hooper's just got his own gig. I'll be like, I don't know, Gorky. Who knows?
Gorky.
They got go-karts.
Say how fast they go.
Go-karts.
They said it's one of the faster ones. One of the faster ones.
Those are great.
Oh, this is going to be, and then the fouling with the football bowling, the fouling, archer tag.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I saw this, dude. This looks so good.
Yeah, I know.
So you've got them.
Fouling.
Maybe when you play, it's fouling.
No.
forward.
Wait.
What'd I call
Back
it?
in
I said
1836,
foul.
when they used chickens, right, and they dusted them off and whatever, that's Perry used to play fouling.
I don't know where that came from.
turd.
Oh my! Oh, you know what?
You know what? It looks like
Yeah,
it's
they
spelled
got-
that way. Anyways,
they've
what
got-
is
archery tag.
Oh, that sounds good. Jesus.
Dude, so look at this. So you wear a mask. You got the mask on. You shoot, and it's got like a marshmallow. It's a foam marshmallow, and you hit the other guys, and you get points. You take them out. Then it said you can catch it. If you catch it, somebody comes back in.
Oh, it's
I
like
don't
laser
know.
tag.
Said Bruce Lee.
It's like laser tag with the
Oh, Vince
shooting
can't
arrows.
play. Vince would be wax on, wax off. Oh, black belt sensei over there. It's like he's calling in people. There's 30 people on his team. You know, no one plays. What else?
And then some bowling.
Video games?
Arcade, yep, arcade. They got an arcade.
Kind of games. Does it got like tickets and prizes? Like one of those things.
That would be, yeah. I'm trying to see here,
You know,
but
Big stuffed animal.
Absolutely. We've been known back in the day, grinding. Billy was laughing because we used to do go-karts and
Oh, we went to Vegas, played Vegas a couple times, and they had a big, huge indoor.
Moyanis
go-kart.
is back.
No, it was Schmo's shoulder.
Schmo's
popped-
shoulder, yeah.
Big accident, and I popped his shoulder out of joint.
Yeah, oh yeah. It was hellacious. Those things were fast. Well, that sounds good. Anybody wants to join us?
are you a
next Monday
bowler?
night?
Do you bowl?
I mean, I'll peel the rock. And
Bowled a few times out there.
oh yeah. No, I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm as much of a bowler as I'm a golfer. If you want to say that.
So, they got the speed of the carts. Adjustable up to 40 miles per hour for experienced
Holy
riders.
shit.
Can you blow up one of those?
Wow. All right. Looks like we're gonna have fun out there. So that'll be next Wednesday. Remote grind time out there. So that is good. Let's see. Wings have started. I was down there yesterday.
What'd you
For the
see?
first
What'd you see?
preseason game. You know, a lot of the, you know, like the Pumples and the Fords and a lot of the guys that, you know, support guys that if there are injuries. Svechnikov played. I like that Nemeth, the kid we got, the defenseman, big.
Yeah.
Big, smooth, stay-at-home guy, good.
Did the first rounder play? Moritz?
No.
No, they. I was told that Blash wanted to give the younger kids an extra day, just because of everything else. So I mean, it's smart. You know, you don't want to burn them out
Absolutely.
too early. So I guess a lot of them are playing tonight. So I think that game's on right about now or something.
Yep.
So, yeah. So no, I'm excited. It's just to be around the rink because that's the one thing walking around and like you said, there was no alumni or whatever there, but Drew, other than Drew Miller who's doing the intermission, but I wanted to be there because to me yesterday was the start of the new. You know, to me it kicks off Stevie's regime. So
and I know,
and it's one of those things that it don't matter, but in my book, so I was there, you know, and then I'll think back and remember. That's just, you know, and I implore people that's where I always say that self-awareness. So that was important to me. So when I'm thinking back when they do eventually win the cup, whenever that is, you know, I remember when it started, how many days ago.
now, I know it's just exhibition, but did you feel a little different, a little energy or something different than
You could feel
exhibition
the
in the
excitement.
past? Yeah,
No,
okay.
And I wouldn't, not looking more so for anything on the ice because you're always excited trying to prove or whatever, but
Right.
in the building.
That's what I
You
meant,
can tell,
yeah.
Conversation.
Buzz a little bit.
Just a
Little more energy?
Just excitement to that there's direction. You know, like understand that it's not, you know, going to be easy, but there's, you know, progress some way. I always say instead of the boat leaving the dock and just circling the harbor, well, it's going out to sea. I don't know where it's going. I don't know how long it's going to take to get there, but I trust the guy who's driving. Everybody else seems to trust the guy who's driving there, as they should. So, you know, it's a process. You know, it's going to take time. There's going to be ups and downs, but I think they know the direction they want to go in, and you know, Stevie does, and here we go. I'm bored. I love to hear, and when we get Drapes on, he can elaborate, but you know, like to hear things like, you know, guys, you know, intimidated, like when he's around, like even the veteran guys, you know, are that don't know him, but it's like, you know, tighten up. It's sort of the same thing as when Scotty came in with us.
Yeah.
You know, you sort of like, oh wow, you know, it's a big deal. So, it's
And that's
funny.
going to change. That's going to change the culture in there.
Well, that's
Yep.
you know, and that's where it starts, and you know what, and then the culture starts, and so you know, I think that the biggest thing is that in all different things, and we go back to it. It's a bit I think the Lions. It's a culture game. This game in Philadelphia on Sunday is more so for what McCool asked me about. Are they playing for Patricia or not? You'll see it. Doesn't. Yeah, I would expect them to win if they should execute if all those other guys are out, right? You know, but that's them taking advantage, and that's them not being the same old Lions and taking advantage of a great opportunity coming your way. So if they come out, play hard, and you know what I mean, don't keep the penalties down. You know, I would almost assume that Prater's going to redeem himself, you know, in some way with something big. But it'll be exciting, you know. And, yeah, we'll be Grind Time Tee House, if you're worried about missing the Lions game, don't worry. I'm not going to miss it either. So we're teeing off at 9. We'll be done around 1:30. So
Yep.
we'll catch the game during the festivities after. We got a bunch of cool prizes, I know Gypsy Vodka's out there giving some stuff away and a bunch of other giveaways. I don't have a list of it here. So look forward to seeing everybody Sunday. You got anything else, Per?
No, you can't wait. For
Michael?
Sunday.
I think we're good, man.
All right, you gentlemen, until the next next rehearsal or until we're well, I told Brian Gregg or whatever, but let's start I think 6.0 might have a couple at least one or two songs we should write.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
for you though, real quick, what was your thing about getting back on stage on Friday? What was it for you? Because you were asking us, you were asking him.
Yeah, no,
what was it for you?
It was just to see, for me, it was doing it with Billy to and you guys to see where the fit and the energy, you know what I'm saying? It was everything that I thought it could be, everything that it's supposed to be. Everything it's what it's supposed to be. Grinder's supposed to be, another tool in the toolbox, right? I understand it's like, everybody's older, we got other things to do, but we have so much fun. And the best part was the energy and just the standing there and the vibe and to feel just the continuity of the band and be able to sing your own songs. And for me, it was I remember more words than I thought I would.
You did. You did.
I got to go through Out of Our Heads and New Way Out again, but those are tough.
Can we get you a
There's a lot of words in that motherfucking Out of Our Heads. I forgot.
Oh, yeah. And it's
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, between Billy and I, we had some people take a lot of video and no, didn't notice anything.
Yeah, no, that's because that's rock and roll, right?
Yeah.
And that's the best part because where it is. And the self-awareness is I'm up there to have a good time and I'm not going to win any fucking America's Got Talent, but I'm sure as shit gonna compete for fucking who's having the most fun. And that's the whole thing too is like and you asked me what I love the most is like knowing the music so well and then when those eccentric spots or those when it's something and then as the lead singer that's like my instrument when I grew because even Aaron who's never seen Grinder before or I've seen do anything like that and he was like, man, you got that timing down like your rock moves. You got your rock moves on.
Well, yeah, all the songs have certain accented points and you find that and you feel it.
And it's just I think that it's fun to love something you created, for like, and you always hope when you create something that other people enjoy it. But the fact to be able to play, your own music with your own guys and to have it feel that way after so long, I was more shocked than anything.
Well, good.
And especially because the two people, Lisa, your wife, and Brian's wife, who have seen a gazillion rock shows, and for them to, be honest and to say, to give that feedback, that's what it matters. All I ever try to do is do it respect, right? You know what I mean? Because if you ask anybody, I'm not stupid. My band's a talent. I can hide right in my band. Why do you think I have not only are the best guys, but I got the best musicians. Because why? Because it makes my life easier. It's the same thing as if we played on a line on the ice. Who the hell's gonna do, the legwork? You're going to your job's to go to the net with your stick on the ice, correct? Right, exactly. Right, exactly. So it all works out. But the whole thing is I'll keep feeding it. you know, it's the same ways. You'll keep looping around till I start the song. How many times? You might look at me a few times, but
That's all right.
I had to give a couple like winks to Brian, you know, because he was like,
yeah,
I could tell you were like doing something.
yeah, I was
And I'm
doing
like,
something.
just hang on, he'll be there.
He'll come around. Yeah, exactly. But that's the continuity. So, all right. This is all right for show number 40 for Hank Zetterberg and Hank the dog.
Hank the dog.
Yeah. It was good seeing you recently, Hank Zetterberg. Hank the dog. Keep looking down. Anyways, for Perry, Mike McCool, the guitar section of Grinder, Bobby filling up the coffee over in the corner. Yes, remember that no matter how many times you fall down, you have to get yourself back up. That's grind time. I'm D-Mac. We're out.